Hi, I'm Lindsay Arfston, and I'm the Executive Director of the Auburn Senior Center. The Auburn Senior Center is an activity center. It's not a retirement home. It's a place that people go to have fun. We've been open for over 42 years, and we currently reside in North Auburn off of Heritage Oaks. Today I'm interviewing a couple of my favorite instructors. We have Steve Gramberg here today, and he is our facilitator of our wood carving club. And welcome, Steve.
Good morning.
I appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just start with the basics. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into wood carving.
Well, I kind of grew up in a crafty family and tried to get my dad involved in wood carving a long time ago, and I ended up taking to it more than him. I've been a carpenter my whole life, so I went through some slow times and started getting involved with wood carving and going to different events, and I actually learned to carve wood in the senior center in Fremont, and then moved out to Pleasanton, which has a tremendous wood carving facility or woodworking facility. And I just kind of stuck with it. And when I moved up to Meadow Vista, I decided to try to start something up here in Auburn. And I believe about 7 years ago, at our High Street location, I started a wood carving club. It took me a little time to get it going, but we had 4 or 5 people on a regular basis, and then COVID hit, and when we opened our new senior center after COVID, I started teaching wood carving, and it went over pretty well. And Christmas time is very popular, and people like to come in and do ornaments, and I do all kinds of different things. So it's never the same class twice in a row.
Right. So you started with seniors, so it just feels natural to keep working with seniors, right? What do you like about working with seniors and helping them?
They're very easy to work with, and they're very knowledgeable as well. The talent is very impressive. Even for people who haven't done any kind of arts in a while, they come back, and it's like riding a bike to them. And I have people that do carve, and I have people that have never carved before. And I have people that have physical disabilities, so to speak, and we do different things and adapt for their needs as much as I can. My goal is that everybody has a good time and they enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah. I know at Christmas time you pre-carved some ornaments, right?
Yeah, so...
Or got them started, or...
Right.
Or
well, I had some interest in people that just wanted to paint some Christmas ornaments. So every year I try to do, a couple dozen ornaments. So the people who aren't really into carving or that don't have the hand strength can come in and paint and enjoy it along with everybody else. It's really a nice conversational thing to do, wood carving. Everybody just hangs out and everybody's supportive. Always positive input to each other, and there's really no wrong way to do it. So
there's just no wrong way. Do you have like themes, different times of the year, like as we go into spring? Like what's next after ornaments?
Well, we missed St. Patrick's Day. I was going to shoot for that, but next is going to be on April 5th from 1 to 3. I'm having a class, and it's going to be, we're going to start some relief carving with the people who have been there before. And for those who are just starting, I always have a box of small projects that we can start. I have little dogs, I have letter openers, all kinds of different stuff. There's really, the sky's the limit with what you want to carve, but it's important to get started and kind of see if it's something you want to do.
What does relief carving mean?
So relief carving is when you have you take a pattern or you draw a pattern on a piece of wood like a picture, and you relieve the wood from behind, and it gives everything dimension. So there could be 4 or 5 different layers of dimension, and it makes a beautiful picture. That's mainly my specialty and what I've been doing for a lot of years. So,
Do you need a lot of hand strength to use the tools to do that, or is the wood soft? Do you use soft wood?
it is. We usually use basswood or a wood called jelutong. They're both hardwoods, but they're soft hardwoods.
Okay.
And the main thing is keeping the tools really sharp. And if you just started out and you've never carved before, your hand may get tired, and but it's something you work up to. It's not all about carving the entire time you're there. It's about learning and enjoying others.
Yeah. Do you have men and women come to the class?
I do. I actually probably have twice as many women as men. I do have some old time carvers that come in. Well, it's been a while since I've seen a few of them, but we got guys that keep coming back, and that's great too because they can help me teach the skill, and I encourage that. I encourage everybody to come in, and some of the ladies, they just take off, and it's like they've been carving.
Oh.
Do really nice work.
Do they usually paint when they're done, or leave it carved? Like, what's the done or does it just depend?
I think it depends on the carving. Most of the Christmas ornaments get painted. The relief carvings, I tend to leave them clear or stained. It just depends on the carving.
Yeah.
I do a lot of barn scenes and covered bridges and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity for anybody who wants to get into this.
Is there a cost?
The only cost is for larger pieces of wood. I charge what I pay for it. Other than that, you just pay the fee to the senior center, which is $5 for current members and $7 for non-members or residents, and that's it.
Yeah.
I try to make it as simple as I can. If it is something that you wanted to come and do, I would suggest eventually that you get some of your own tools. In the meantime, I let people use the tools that I bring to class, and I got lots of books and information.
Yeah.
What do you think?
How about, do you go to wood carving clubs and do separate outside of class, like have your own
I do.
projects and people you meet with, or what else?
I do. I always have big projects going at home. Plus, I carve.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I carve in Grass Valley every Monday with people I've been carving with for 10 years out there. And
Is it like a class like you have at the senior center? Or
it's not as much of a class. It's more of a club. It's people that been carving for many years. I have a lady that I carve with, I believe, is in her upper 80s, and she's been carving for like over 30 years. I mean, these are people that have been doing it for a long time. And,
So they're inspirational to you.
right. I'll be going to a Woodcarvers Rendezvous the middle of April for a week, and I'm teaching there all week long, relief carving, all different levels, and so it keeps me, I really enjoy it. And
Do you have a favorite project you've ever done? Or is that too hard to narrow it down?
I do. I have several actually,
Yeah.
but without seeing the pictures, it's kind of hard to.
True. Do you put them up in your house?
I do, and it's my wife has first dibs on them. So, but I do donate them sometimes, and I also like to take them with me when I do classes. Use them as examples so other people can see how things are carved. Makes it a lot easier when you have something to go by.
Right. Something to look at.
Right.
Okay.
Because that's what's challenging about this is obviously you have to have patience to go anywhere with it, but it's also you can take it as far as you want it. You can do it just for fun. You can do it to build your strength in your hands. I have people that are recovering from strokes that come in and
Wow.
help strengthen their hand strength and get some coordination back. There's all different kinds of people that come in.
Right. So you don't have to be, you could be a novice, you could be someone who's...
Absolutely. Yeah.
What about like people with arthritis in their hands?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I welcome
right?
it. Yeah, there's different things we could do now. One thing I would like to mention is that in the future, I'd like to implement wood burning.
Okay.
I actually have a know person who's very skilled in wood burning. I was thinking about bringing her in. Pyography is what we're calling it, and also I'm thinking about doing a soap carving class for kids, or maybe they could bring their grandkids in
Oh, that's a good
and
idea.
do soap carving. And I often do displays at some of our events and things like that. So
Right. I wonder if we could do something like for Grandparents' Day and have
I think that's really what sparked my
that would
my
be fun.
imagination on
Right.
that. The
It's-
kids just love the soap carving.
Is it just a bar of soap and you carve it like I would
It
imagine?
is.
Okay, so it's really
I make wooden tools
Uh-huh.
and a wooden knife, wooden V tool, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a good place for them to start. And I mean, we have some of the clubs I've been in have taught 5th and 6th grade kids
Yeah.
in schools wood carving. Pleasanton has a really great program going on, but anyways, I'd like to in the future maybe have a grandparents' day, or maybe we'll get some regulars of kids and grandparents together
Right.
coming in. That would be great.
That would be fun. So with the wood burning, what would that look like? It's to add like dimension and highlights
Well,
to
it's
the wood?
kind of the same thing as the relief carving, except with the wood burning, you lightly draw your pattern on a piece of wood, and it's all about shading.
Okay.
And
That's what
it's
I
a
thought.
series of little dark dots that shade the darker areas, and it's a really neat thing to learn. I have some really good friends in this that are willing to come in and help me with some of this, teach some of this stuff. Wood burning's not my specialty. I know a little bit about it. I do have a wood burner, and anybody who wants to come in and try it, and I could set you up with a little project. And when I get enough interest, I'll plan on calling somebody
sounds
in to
good.
do a class. So
Do a class. So the shout out is, when is your class again?
my
And
class,
who should come?
April 5th, April 5th at 1 to 3 o'clock. And anybody who has any interest at all should come and check it out. And to come into the first class and check it out, you don't have to pay anything.
That's right, it's free. And our address is 11960 Heritage Oaks Place, number 15. We're in a little shopping area close to Max's Deli. We welcome you to come to the Senior Center. We welcome you to try out Steve's class. And thank you, Steve,
Thank you so much.
for talking about all that you do for the Senior Center. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.